behind this was like the Get Out sunken place scene. That was like my loose reference for this video. So knowing that and you look at it again, you'll see like how he keeps looking like he's floating back and forth between two places because he's in this other place and he's like music. I shot like 6 music videos in 3 days. I did 2 videos a day. And it was like full on changing my hair, makeup, outfits, like all of that. I mean, when I tell you I was about to, on the 3rd day I was like, woo, I'm pulling this out of nowhere because I don't have any, and it was hot. It was like the middle of the summer. And my video for the song Dance With Me, we did it in this like warehouse. So it was like no AC. It was just a huge industrial fan, basically just blowing around dust and hot air. I was about to die, but I was like, we gotta get these videos done. I don't care.
Yeah, I've done films for some local films in Dallas.
Dallas? Oh yeah, Texas heat is a whole nother thing.
6 videos in 3 days. That's a lot. All right, y'all, that's Torica. She's going to be performing tomorrow at the camp. All right, we back. All right, y'all. Had a little quick glitch on the app, but this Torica, she's going to be at the camp tomorrow.
Yes.
Middle Child Promotions, Platinum Weekend. Got quite a few artists that's going to be performing this whole weekend. Friday, I will be at the Foundation with Lyrics and Laugh. That's still brought to you by Middle Child Promotion with Roger. I'm going to be doing some spoken word poetry. I might have a treat for y'all. I might do something with some music. I don't know. A little
You should.
rappy rap type thing. I don't know. It's kind of explicit. I asked Roger. He said it was alright, but it's kind of, he said he gave me the go ahead. So,
You know his middle name is Wild Child, right?
I mean,
so he's gonna give you the green light regardless.
Yeah, but I don't know what. We'll see. I mean, most people know how to
who's in the audience.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to read the crowd. That's another thing about when you're an artist. Know the crowd, read the crowd. Sometimes we think we can just go and do whatever.
No.
And you can't always just go and do whatever. One, you need to know what type of environment the promoter is trying to create, what type of energy they want you to give, what type of content. Now, oftentimes, if they know your style or your content, then that's what they're asking for.
Correct.
But when you are you have several different styles, you can't just pick and choose all the time what you want to do. You know what I'm saying? You
I
gotta
call
be
it,
kind of
when I
mindful.
get on the stage, I do what I call a mood check. So I'll usually sing a song that everybody should know so I can see who I'm in the room with. And then that's going to determine how I reel them in. Because by the end of my set, they're going to be my fan. Like, I'm not leaving here without people feeling like, I need to know that girl. I need to listen to her music in my car. But initially, I always, I do a mood check.
Okay, that's good. So y'all hear that? Do a mood check. A whole mood check. Y'all make sure y'all do that. Amber, what's up, Amber? Hey, y'all. Nice song and video.
Thank you.
So you coming out tomorrow night, Amber? We're gonna see you there.
Yes,
gonna be at the
please.
camp?
It's free.
And at the Foundation.
The whole weekend is free.
Whole
That's
weekend.
another thing that's so crazy. Like, times are hard right now. It's much more difficult to part ways with your money. You might have money, but you're using it in a different way. You're spending it more wisely. This is not an event that requires any money. You just have to show up.
Unless
and
you're trying to drink a little bit.
I mean, if you want to sit and take a bite, then of course you're going to pay for that, but you don't have to pay to get in. I do say early arrival is strongly suggested.
I think early arrival for Thursday night, Friday night, and Saturday, they're going to be at
I forgot the name
fourth
of
quarter.
No, it's something revamp. Is it
Yeah, that's
fourth quarter? Okay, so
yeah,
that's
they're
the
doing a
hip-hop
brunch. Yeah, the hip hop brunch Saturday at fourth quarter revamp. That's from 12 to 3.
Mm-hmm. So you can go there and have your hangover brunch after the Friday and Saturday turn up. You feel me?
But again, tomorrow's gonna be crazy. Tomorrow's at the camp.
And it's live band. I'm performing with the live band.
Performing with the live band. Y'all know how we do here in Huntsville with the
wait
live
till y'all
band.
see what I'm wearing.
Okay.
Because I'll put it on. Period.
Uh-oh.
It's gonna be a whole mood. When I come through, you're gonna know what time it is.
What
okay?
time it is.
And if you don't, then you better ask somebody.
Trying to think if it was something else in regards to your project. Anything else you want to say about what you got going on?
So I have 3 songs that I'm promoting at the moment. A Whole Mood, Dance With Me, and Up To It, Down To It. I need everybody to Shazam those songs. A Whole Mood, Up To It, Down To It, and Dance With Me by Torica.
And Up To It, Down To It, that's like what, a drinking song?
Yes, it's a celebration, turn up, party song. So I'm the type of person that, a lot of people, I live in Atlanta. So in Atlanta, if you guys don't know, it's a party city, obviously. And there's something to do in Atlanta every single night of the week. So you'll often hear a lot of people say, dang, what are y'all celebrating? It doesn't matter. I'm celebrating life. I'm celebrating small wins, all wins, big wins, tall wins. It doesn't matter. If you're alive, if you got a babysitter for the night and you don't have to be home by a certain time, go out and have some fun. Like, I feel like life is so dark and so serious and so heavy. We don't celebrate ourselves enough. Like, I'm celebrating every moment. If somebody follows me on Instagram, I'm thanking them. I'm in my DMs like, thank you so much for following me. I'm grateful for every little thing. So I try to find as many opportunities to celebrate myself as well as the people around me as often as possible. And I encourage other people to do it. And I feel like Up To It, Down To It is the perfect birthday song, breakup. You had a divorce party, you want to go up to it, down to it. You on some fucking kids or whatever you want to celebrate. Yeah, you got a new promotion at your job, you got engaged, you have a bachelorette party. It's literally a universal shot o'clock anthem. So if you can't turn up to it, down to it, baby, you're just boring. I'm just saying, no shade.
Y'all make sure y'all go check it out. A Whole Mood, Up To It, Down To It, and
Dance With Me. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So what kind of trying to dance with me is what type of style beat?
Dance With Me is like, I would say Tila Water, Tila ART, like that vibe. It's sultry, it's mid-tempo, it's not too fast, it's not too slow. It's like my video for that song, I loosely referenced Janet Jackson's Pleasure Principle. So it's a song you can like kind of, you having a little sexy night with your man, you can put on a little lingerie and dance for him. So it's basically me telling my significant other what I want him to do and how I want him to do it. So it's a sexy song.
That sounds like some dominatrix type.
No.
What I want. This is what I want you
your
to
mind
do.
in the gutter.
Right? You can say it, tell him what to do and how to do it.
I could be telling him how to take the trash out and put the bag back in the trash can, or how to put the tissue roll back onto the actual.
In your lingerie.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's how I'm gonna get it done.
I guess so. Yeah, that's
like,
some great
can you check
manipulation.
the trash?
And it'd be like 2 napkins in there. I'm like, yeah, I got it, baby. Anything for you.
Exactly.
The topic. I think the topic that I had, I can't remember. I had 2 of them, but we was talking before the show. One of the topics was, should a man still chase a woman in 2024?
Dun dun dun.
But that kind of still ties into the conversation we was having before the camera started rolling.
Okay, so define chase. What is your definition of chase?
I mean, I guess chase is kind of subjective or relative. Let me see. So, pursue, make the first move. The one who has to go all out. Because most time when people say chase, like as men, we was taught that we chase a woman. We was also taught that she'll play hard to get. And from what I've been told, women are taught, to be hard to get.
Correct.
But that keeps us from understanding boundaries. Because if you say, you don't want to fool with me, or no, I'm thinking you still just playing hard to get, and I gotta amp it up. So in that
sounds
sense,
like something Donald Trump would think. But anyway,
in that sense of chase, like
okay,
trying to win you over, or
what I think is that men need to watch National Geographic or the Discovery Channel, and look at the animal world. Male animals understand what's going on. So if you look at a male lion, he's going to exert his dominance so he can be attractive to the woman because she's seeking protection for her and the pride, the cubs. She's the one that's going to hunt. She's going to bring back the food. He's going to protect everybody and make sure everybody's good so she can be resting while she gets her energy up to go out there and hunt, right? Which in a woman's case would be preparing to have the child, take care of the child, build a home, create a home. That's a lot of work. That is a job. So traditionally, it is the man's responsibility to pursue a woman. Now, where it gets cloudy and blurry is a lot of these conversations have been circulating on social media and in the podcast world about, you know, men being sassy and them wanting what we want, and now we're not being chased, and women are taking on more masculine roles, and men are the feminine, men are the new women, and all this other BS. But I think that there are levels to the chase. Okay, so for me, I'm dating to marry, right? I'm talking to date. I'm marrying to keep. So if you're chasing a woman because you want to talk to her, then that's a different type of chase from a woman that you want to date. Then that's a different type of chase from a woman that you want to marry. Because once you get married, you still have to chase your wife. You still got to date her. You still have to take her out. You still have to court her. But a lot of men are seeking like wife duties, but they're not even husband material.
Right.
So I'm not going to be your wife and you're not even my boyfriend. It's like a tug of war. When if everybody would just loosen the rope and come meet in the middle, then we could get somewhere. But we're too busy trying to make each other's points that we're missing the whole point.
Yeah,
which is a man should chase a woman.
And I feel you on that, and there's nothing wrong with that. I just feel like as humans, as people, if we see somebody we are attracted to, if we see somebody that we feel like we got a connection, we got chemistry, there's energy, that we should move on it.
Correct.
Right? Whether it's a man or a woman.
Yes.
And I've talked to other people and asked, should a woman make a first move? Some people think that a woman shouldn't make a first move. And I feel like, for me, I feel like it's okay. There are some men who don't want a woman to, make the first move on them or push up on them. But it's like sometimes we get into this mindset that we was programmed into. Meaning we've been told that this is how it's supposed to be. And you talked about the animal kingdom. When you go look into the animal world, there's so many different dynamics to it. So even when you're talking about the lion, so if I take that, space, look at the lion, it's not just a sheep, it's not just a lioness, he has several. So it's like they got a poly situation going on.
Correct.
So it's like, okay, do we operate?
But he chased each one of them though.
He either chased them or he went and won them over from somebody else. As far as
right.
the
Well,
lion
obviously
is
they're
concerned.
animals, so we're not gonna be too literal in the relation. But I mean, if you look in the bird kingdom, if you look in the ant, the bee, like all of the animal kingdoms, there is a hierarchy of the chase, and these animals have been around for centuries. So obviously we need to be learning something from them.
We should be, and I'm glad that you said that, because when you talk about sassy, when you get into the birds, a lot of them, most of the male birds are fancier than the female birds, and they have to go do this dance. They have to, do with their feathers and show off.
In human form, the man gets the Bentley and the Benz and the Range Rover and the jewelry and the designer. That's the flair. That's the
material stuff is the flair.
Some men dress a certain way so they can attract women, but this is the thing that bothers me, because there are men who purposely attain a lot of materialistic things because they want the attention of women. Maybe they weren't fly in high school. Maybe they were poor growing up, so they didn't have anything. So now they got a little piece of change. Now they want to show their money. They want to wear their money. They want to drive their money. But then they attract, a certain type of woman. But then they're like, oh, all these women are gold diggers and groupies. How? You did all of this to attract them, and now you're mad because you getting their attention. Baby, make up your mind. Like, what do you want?
Yeah, and I think there's a lot of mixed signals out there that we give off and we don't realize it. Like you said, we create this whole facade, and then we attract this certain group of people, then we complain about it. You know what I'm saying? But there's no accountability on our own part. You know what I'm saying? And I think that happens on both sides. So we definitely have to be mindful of that.
I also think that I'm going to speak for our community. because obviously I can only speak from a black woman's perspective. I know two things. A lot of black men have come from single mother homes, right? So their mother has had to do everything, be both parents, be the breadwinner, work 2 and 3 and 4 jobs. She may not have had a lot of time to like teach him about courting and dating and how to woo a woman, because maybe she was misused and mistreated, so she didn't really know how to teach her son these things. She also wasn't around to show him this affection and this love that a lot of men are emotionally unavailable because of that. Also, he saw his mom doing everything. So now men think we're supposed to be doing everything. No, we're not. Your mom wasn't supposed to be doing everything. She was supposed to have a man to balance that out. There's a huge imbalance in our community, and I think it stems somewhat from that. And then a lot of women who are single, who are having relationship issues, came from a single parent home, a single mother home as well, and they didn't have a positive male presence in their life. So, a lot of women, including myself, we tend to gravitate to the wrong type of men because we don't know what type of man to gravitate to. Because I will tell you this, some men will show you the representative to win you over, to love bomb you, to get you comfortable and bring your wall down. And then their true self comes out once they've locked you in, they got you under their control. They're like, oh baby, I'm gonna provide for you, I'm gonna take care of you, I'm gonna do everything for you. And now I'm like, well, what if I park the car that you gave me? Because you're not about to use these things to now trap me, and now you're controlling everything I do. And that's why a lot of women are experiencing financial abuse right now. Like they're in a relationship that they can't financially get out of, because if they leave this man, they don't have any money, they don't have their own anything. They can't do anything without him. So I think there are so many moving parts to this conversation that we're all trying to address it as a blanket thing, but it's like we need to dissect it and break down each part of it to get to the resolution.
Yeah, and I'm glad that you said a positive male figure, whether it's male or female.
Yeah.
Because there are a lot of people who do grow up in 2-parent homes, but that positivity, that healthy, their relationships are not always healthy.
Yeah, they didn't see
And I look back at like some of our grandparents, who were married in the 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s. A lot of those relationships were unhealthy.
Yeah,
they were together for 50 years, 60 years, but there was not a productive relationship. There was not love there, and a lot of women lost their identity in those relationships because during those times, they couldn't get jobs.
Yep.
So if they did get a divorce, where could they go? And then the stigma
that's so true.
with being divorced, especially when you're from the South and you're part of the Bible Belt. You know what I'm saying?
A lot of them weren't educated either, so they couldn't go get a job. They had to be housekeepers or babysitters.
Yeah. So that they just made the struggle. So it was like they had to choose a struggle. Do I stay with this person, keep the family together and struggle, or do I not? And then you're growing up, you're seeing this unhealthy love, and then you're going out thinking that this is what it's supposed to be.
You're subconsciously seeking what you know.
Right.
And that's a valid point you brought up, because back in the 60s, 50s, 40s or whatever, like you said, women weren't allowed to work, or if they did have a job, they had to be a secretary or a nurse. Like, it was very limited. Our options were not how they are now. So just in general, men aren't used to women being in such powerful positions or being so independent and having opinions. And some women had opinions back then too, but they just couldn't say anything.
Right.
So people just got into the habit of thinking that we don't have opinions. So now that we have opinions, oh, we're difficult, oh, you too independent, oh, you a bitch, or no, I'm just using my voice. But that doesn't mean I don't need a man. It just means you need to hear me out, respect what I'm saying, value my opinion or my contribution to the conversation, and use that information to help us grow instead of it being a point of friction. And I also believe that because those women were, some of them were uneducated, financially stuck, that you had to have a man who could provide, because you couldn't provide. So it's like, to me, I don't know why a man wouldn't want to provide for a woman who's providing for herself. Like, that makes, I would love, if I was a man, I would love to find a woman who got her shit together. Like, I would be running to take care of her. Because my father told me, be a woman that can take care of herself, and you will find a man that's going to want to take care of you. So,
because we've been programmed a certain way, so we feel like our identity is wrapped around being a provider, and a provider, almost provider only, provider and protector. You know what I'm saying? So once we are programmed to think provide, protect, when you come along and you can provide for yourself,
Mm-hmm.
and you don't necessarily need protection because you're not really out there in the world to where I really have to protect you.
Mm-hmm.
What else do I have to offer? You know
You
what I'm
still
saying?
you
It's-
still
it's-
need
it's
to
very
provide
limited.
for that woman. So my perspective on that is the more successful a woman is, the more protection she needs, because now she's the target.
Right.
They're robbing women. They're robbing women with children in their car. You know, I live in Atlanta. One of my homegirls, she had a Maserati truck, paper tags on it. She goes to get gas. She gets out of the car, and when she turns around to close the door, the dude is like, "Let me get those keys."
Right. It's crazy.
I'm like, "I just bought this car. I don't want to give you my keys. Like, can you just take it around the block? You want to test drive it? Like, why are you taking my truck?" But, you know, we do need protection because, honestly, black women are some of the most disrespected women in the world, species, period. So
Around
we need protection,
globally.
and I think that if I can provide for myself and you can also provide for me, let's take that and put it into a business. Let's grow an empire. Let's make some investments instead of you just counting my pockets and you trying to say, "Oh, well, she good, she don't need me." No, I still need you. I still need somebody to take me on a date. I still need somebody to open my door. I still need somebody to make me feel safe. I still need somebody to lay on their chest at night. I still need somebody to take the trash out because I don't want to touch the trash can. You know, but I'm gonna cook. I'm gonna provide a soft place for you to land. But you have to still be a man. You can't allow my success to interfere with your security. Like, a lot of men are insecure because that's an insecure mindset. Like, I can't not be successful or feel like I need to apologize for being successful because you're insecure. Like, that's
That's
crazy.
And with that, and I don't think it's a intentional inward insecurity. I
Mhm.
think it's an outward insecurity. Again, it comes from that programming. And I also feel like as we are evolving, we are missing each other. So
Very much so.
women, like you said, you know, y'all are finding your voices. You know what I'm saying? You are finding yourselves, your own identity
Mhm.
outside of
Being the
kids
mom, being
and
the wife,
marriage
being
and
the
all that other
girlfriend, being the
stuff.
sister, being
Right.
the fiance.
And then men are finding their identity outside of just providing protecting. So now they're discovering, okay, it's okay for me as a man to have emotions. It's okay
Yeah.
for me to want to speak about my emotions and express those things. But
Mhm.
as we do that, we're being knocked over the head, like you were saying earlier. You know,
Yeah.
we're called sassy, or you know,
Mhm.
we're wanting what the women want, but we're just wanting what we want as a human. And it's
It's
the
so
same
weird.
thing as women.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? A woman, and it's not that. It's not a bad thing.
Right.
Because women should have always had that voice,
Mhm.
been able to have that opinion.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And we as men should have always been able to have our emotions, but now that we're growing, it's almost like we're growing apart.
Yeah.
And we have to figure out a way
To bridge the
to
gap.
bridge that together,
Yeah.
mesh it together, and say, okay, as a man, I can protect, but I can also nurture.
Yep.
Like if I got kids, I can be home with the kids.
Mhm.
I can come home and cook.
Yeah.
I don't care if I work a 12-hour job, she work a 4-hour job.
Mhm.
Just because she worked 4 hours doesn't mean that her mood in that moment, and you talk about a whole mood,
Mhm.
her mood, she only worked 4 hours, so fucking what? Her mood
Yeah, but
might
her
not
job
be,
as a mother is way more hours than that. And kids
Not even just that,
require
'cause-
more from their mom than their dad.
They do, but I think that's programming too, because as a dad, if you get up off your ass and be a nurturer for your child, like
Mhm.
we are naturally
Mhm.
are, then we'll have that balance. And that's what I want men to
I
understand.
agree with that, but I also kind of don't, because as a mom myself, when a child comes out of your body, there's a connection, a very deep connection that's unspoken that you have with them, and they just feel safer with their mom, period. Like, even if dad is there and present and nurturing, the kid still is going to come to mommy for
I agree with the
certain
connection,
things,
but
yeah.
I don't agree to the full extent, because even like with my kids, like
Mhm.
especially my youngest daughter,
Mhm.
when she was born, she was a daddy's girl.
Mhm.
Like when
I was a daddy's girl
when
too.
I would leave and go to work, I mean, she's like having a fit because I'm leaving to go to work. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? And I think it's just a matter of it's just life.
Yeah.
You know, everybody's going to be different, even when
Yeah.
they're kids. You know what I'm saying? They have some kind of consciousness, some cognitive thinking.
Yeah, they
that's
see that you're
natural,
present, so
you
they
what I'm
know
saying?
that they can come to you and rely
Right.
on you. You're a safe space for them.
But I do believe that there is a bond that takes place
Mhm.
with a mother and a child.
Yeah.
But once that child comes out, there's still something that takes place with that other parent, also
Yeah,
that,
that's
that,
true.
that dad. And oftentimes we as men miss that
Mhm.
because we don't think that we're supposed to have that type of a bond
Yeah.
or be as involved as
Yeah.
we should be, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And that's where we get to the root of the relationship issues.
Look, Tiffany said, "Speak, Torica."
Oh yeah.
Thank you.
My sister came on. Hey, bro, said nice song to your video. Tiffany
thank
said,
you so much.
"Speak." Yeah. D, what's up, D Rod? What's up, fam? So yeah, I mean, we had a little slight conversation before the camera started rolling. We were talking about the relationship thing.
Yeah.
And so we kind of not even dealing with the topic that was on the flyer or not, but it all kind of
No, it's all relevant though.
It
It's
all
all
ties
relevant.
in, yeah.
But like, as far as the chase, I think what's interfered with the chase as well is that, which I said this to you earlier, a lot of men, I won't say most, all, I just say some, or a few men.
Sure.
Some of this is from experience too, but just based on my observation of what's just been going on in the climate of the relationship dynamic between black men and women, is that men are hoping women don't change, and women are hoping men change.
Mm.
So it's like you said, we're passing each other. Like, women are in the HOV lane with nobody in the car, and the man is in the right lane going fast as hell.
Yeah.
So she ain't supposed to be over there, so she going fast, and she don't want the cops to see her. And he going fast because he like, oh, I'm in the right lane, they're not paying attention to me.
Right.
And we just missing each other.
Missing each other.
That's all it is.
And
Everybody just needs to get into the middle lanes
Mm-hmm.
and ride alongside each other instead of trying to, like, we in a race, like we're trying to compete. We cannot compete where we don't compare. I'm not a man, and you're not a woman. So you have things that I need, and I have things that you need.
And we all
You have
need
things
each
that I
other.
want, I have things that you want. So we need to figure out how to give each other those things without giving up who we are. I think it's such a struggle with people, like you said, now that both men or women are confirming their identities, they feel like if I have to make adjustments for this other person, I'm giving up who I am that I just discovered. So it's like, damn, I worked so hard to figure out who I am, and now I know, and now here she comes trying to take it away, or here he comes trying to take it away. It's not about that. It's just making adjustments, being considerate, compromising, meeting in the middle, finding a middle ground, finding a happy medium without destroying who you are. Like,
and yeah, like we were saying earlier, it doesn't mean that you just do a complete change. You don't do a complete makeover, but adjustments going to have to be had.
Yeah.
That's just life, period.
yeah,
And
absolutely.
the other thing is, we're talking about is you finding your person.
Mhm.
So many times we try to put so many expectations on somebody when we meet them,
Yeah.
and it's like if they are not meeting your criteria, your standards, or
That's
whatnot,
not your person.
that's just not your person, and you don't have to villainize them
Mhm.
just because that's not your person.
Yeah, like we said before, offline, just because somebody's not your person doesn't make them a bad person. It's just the wrong person for you.
And I think if we can get out of that mindset of making everybody because we kill relationships, right? So like, if I meet you, I'm trying to talk to you, I'm trying to holler at you, and you're like, well, you don't meet my criteria, you still under 6 feet or whatever the criteria may be, and I can't make you a bad person because of that.
Right.
So if we can't get into a romantic relationship, we might be able to have a platonic relationship.
Yeah.
But because you turned me down or I didn't meet your criteria, I just want to do away with you altogether. Or
yeah,
vice
and
versa.
some men
You
want to
might-
do away with all women altogether. Like, I'm gonna tell you a very brief story. So my friends and I, we were out, we were having a good time, we were at a lounge, we had some drinks, not drunk, we actually were drinking wine that night. We had some hookah, we had food, we were just having a good time. So this guy sends us a bottle of wine, and we say, oh, thank you, come to say hi or whatever. He came over, he said hi, and then he tried to talk to one of my friends, but she's in a relationship, so she wasn't interested. And she was like, I'm really flattered, thank you so much, but I'm not interested. And he was like, after I done bought y'all this bottle of wine, this one y'all hold single now. We like, dang, bro, you went from this went left quick. Like, I thought we was cool. We was all having a good time. We were vibing. We was a whole mood, and then you came over here and killed the whole mood. So it's like somebody like that is going to now say, oh yeah, all these bitches fuck these hoes.
Right.
Why are you saying all that? Because you can't handle the fact that she said she wasn't interested. Now, she's not interested because she has a man. That doesn't mean that she doesn't find you attractive. She might have even thought you were handsome.
Yeah.
She doesn't mean she's not interested in you as a person. She doesn't even know you. So why are you taking such offense to, if somebody says I'm not interested, hell, it's 9 other women over here. You missed out on an opportunity to potentially meet your wife because you over here talking about fuck these hoes. We like, nigga, fuck it too. Like, so now it's a whole thing.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, it's like, how are you writing off all women now? Like our whole crew now, we single, we this and that, just because one person didn't want to talk to you. A lot of men need to learn how to respectfully accept rejection. Like, why I gotta be a bitch or in a hoe and this and that and fuck all y'all the broke hoes and we get that a lot. So a lot of times women will give you their number for safety reasons.
That's true. And that's
like I've had dudes like be really aggressive about getting turned down. It's like, you know what, bro? Here, 555-1212. I just give you any number. Like, then they'll call it right then. I'm like, oh, my phone dead. Let me get out of here.
And that's because there's a lot of trauma that comes along with men. You know what I'm saying? A lot of unaddressed trauma. We have a lot of hurt. We have a lot of pain. We have a lot of shit that we just got packed
just holding it in.
Just holding it
like
in.
a volcano.
Yeah, and it's not an excuse, but that's part of, like you said, how do we get to a resolution? You know, these are the things that have to be said. Now,
men have to acknowledge that they have these issues internally and go seek professional help. Come heal, baby. Right. Come over here, heal, sweetie. I'm not a psychologist. I'm not a psychiatrist. We're going to support you while you're on your therapeutic journey. But don't come over here expecting me to heal you, okay? Let's stop being broken together. Let's heal and be healed together. Let's do that. Or let's be on the path of healing together. Don't just come over here with all your broken shit trying to get me to fix it up.
But that's another stigma, you know what I'm saying, in our community that, you know, we don't want to go to therapy or we don't even want to talk about
because
therapy.
Because we're too concerned with what other people think and what they're going to say and how they're going to perceive us. And blah, blah, blah. It doesn't matter. Just do what you need to do for you and you can be better for whoever your person is. Because a lot of people miss out on their person just being fucked up on the inside.
Right, that's true. I mean, there's a lot of baggage and trauma that comes with just being black. You know, they even say that we carry in our DNA trauma from slavery.
Oh, so, absolutely.
You know, that PTSD, all
the crabs in a barrel,
all of that.
The not wanting more, the thinking we can't have that, we can't do that. So when certain people talk about certain things, they're like, man, you crazy. You'll never make that type of money. You'll never see that type of... Based on what? Why are you saying that? Just because you don't see that doesn't mean I can't get it. But
I got dreams and goals, aspirations, and I got a plan. D said sometimes niggas is too sensitive about rejection.
Absolutely.
I never understood that. No means no, and that's cool. Yeah, but you know, unfortunately, a lot of guys don't understand that. But it does need to be said over and over. You know what I'm saying? No means no. And then, like I said, a rejection isn't always a rejection of you, but a rejection of, in that moment, what you're trying to offer, what you're trying to pursue.
Correct.
And whether she's in a relationship or not, she just might not be available or in that mood or in that space to be able to offer anything. Yeah. So while we're trying to pursue somebody, sometimes
she
that
might
rejection,
be healing from a heartbreak and she's not ready to meet anybody new. Yeah. Or she might just, like, I'm gonna tell you this, guys, I'm gonna give y'all some free game. Sometimes when we go out as women, especially if it's a group of us, we are, I'm gonna speak for me and my friend group. We call ourselves the sister circle. We're very busy, we're entrepreneurs, we're business owners, we're professionals, you know, we're very successful in our different respective fields, but sometimes we go out, we just are so happy to see each other because we haven't hung out in maybe 3 months. So we don't really want the distractions of the outside people trying to come talk. We just here to hang out with each other. So sometimes it's not about you. You could be the finest man ever, but it's not about you tonight, bro. It's about us. We on our girls night out vibes. We just want to vibe out with each other. Catch us on the next time you see us. You know what I'm saying? Or do something respectful and send your number over to the table like, such and such, my name is so-and-so. I'm attracted to the woman in the red dress. I see y'all having a good time. I don't want to bother y'all, but here's my number. You know,
my
be creative.
Is going to be when you see that, how do you kind of penetrate?
You can tell the waitress, hey, I want to send a round of drinks to the ladies over there, but I'm specifically interested in the one wearing the green outfit.
Just send glad. Don't send the whole bottles, fellas, because if you get rejected, I don't want you acting crazy.
Right. So, you know what I'm saying? But if you are interested in her, she's out with her friends, respectfully, you should buy a round of drinks for the group. Just showing like, okay, we're obviously spending our own money. Mm-hmm. So it's not like we some brokies and we just sitting here waiting on somebody to buy us drinks. If you see us having a good time, meet us where we are. Like, meet us at the standard we're at. So if you see a bottle on the table, order a round of shots of that same tequila or Hennessy or whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? So this is just free game, I'm just saying. You tell the waitress, hey, I'm interested in the girl in the green, but to be respectful and to show her I'm a gentleman, I'm chivalrous, I want to buy her and her friends around. Ask them if it's okay. If she says okay, I want you to give her my number. If she calls me, that's on her. If she doesn't, she'll say thank you and I'll go about my way. But now we're gonna look at things like, dang, that was so nice. Like, there is hope after all. You guys aren't all assholes. Thank you so much.
Or is it he's being too nice?
No, if a man sees something that he wants, he needs to like pursue that and acknowledge what he sees. Like, if I see something I want, I'm going to go get it. I'm going to follow the steps I need to take to get that thing. If a woman is presenting herself a certain way, you should already know that you need to be very mindful of how you approach her. You can't approach, you know, a woman dressed in a business suit the same way you can approach a girl that's basically laying her face on the ground, twerking for everybody. Those are two different types of women. Now, I'm not judging her. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. She's turning up. She's wild. She's doing whatever. But those are two different people, and you have to approach them two different ways.
Yeah. Because the lady in the suit might be in the suit during the day, but she might be twerking at night.
Correct.
But even still,
but how she presents is because I'm gonna tell you this. Sometimes we present ourselves a certain way so that we don't attract a certain type of attention from a certain type of man. Because there are some men who they don't know how to treat us, and they're not gentlemen, and they use the word bitch loosely and hoe loosely, and they think it's okay and it's cute. I don't want that type of man. I want a grown man. So I'm gonna dress how I want to be addressed. That's me. I can't speak for anybody else, but ladies, dress how you want to be addressed.
And I think again it goes back to a lot of mixed signals. Mm-hmm. Like you said, a lot of men, you know, they go acquire, you know, a lot of materialistic things, you know, financial success. They, you know, present themselves as this, you know, this thing, you know what I'm saying, and they attract a certain type of woman. Then women are sometimes the same way, you know what I'm saying. They go, and I'm not saying just because you're dressed a certain way that it means that you are this certain thing, but it happens because we are.
I'm just acknowledging that you may get a certain type of attention if you're dressed a certain way.
Yeah, and so for the ladies, if you're dressed a certain way, that's why oftentimes you get approached by certain guys and approached with certain content. Like if you are coming off, you know, sexually or whatever the case may be, most guys that
they might comment like, "Damn, you got a fat ass." Yeah. You can't be mad at him if it's poking out.
Hit that, man. Can I get in that? Especially if you know, again, ain't nothing wrong with.
But twerking. Now, how you respond to that is going to tell him, "Oh, I can't come at her like that." Right. She's gonna say, "You know what, baby? I appreciate the compliment, but that's not how I want to be addressed. So if you want to get my number, you want to take this further, you're gonna have to show some more respect." Right. And that's gonna let him know, okay, she fine, but she's smart. Right. But if she be like, "Okay, what's up? Get his ass," then he already knows what time it is. You feel me? So it's levels to everything.
It is. It's levels to everything. So she gave y'all some free game. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? She put y'all up on some shit. What y'all gonna go do with it? That's on y'all. Go get therapy. Go get help. I know you busy. You got a lot of stuff.
I actually have to be on the radio on We Up 1700, the love offering.
Okay, so we've been there for an hour. It is now 8 o'clock. You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna shoot right over there.
Okay. So y'all, we're gonna go ahead and end this podcast. Once again, Torica, she's here. She's gonna be performing tomorrow at the camp.
Doors open at 7.
Doors open at 7.
You're going to be at the Foundation on Friday.
I'll be at the Foundation on Friday.
And then the hip-hop brunch is at the fourth quarter revamp.
At fourth quarter revamp. So y'all check out what Miller Child, I couldn't remember the name. Miller Child Promotions got going on this weekend. Platinum Weekend. It's going to be crazy. And like Torica said, get there early, folks, because it's going to be packed out. So thank y'all for tuning in.
Oh wait, somebody else commented. What did they say?
Dee said, "No, don't do sexy red like that."
I mean, that's what you're gonna get if you're trying to get that type of attention.
I mean,
hi Nita. Does that say Nita?
Nita Love, yeah. What's up, Nita? What's going on? Once again, this is Torica, 2-time Grammy nominee, singer, songwriter, performer, entrepreneur, brand ambassador. We didn't even get into all of that.
I know we didn't talk about that. I'm gonna bring you a bottle next time. I'm gonna come back to Huntsville. I love the city.
Come on back. We gonna love you.
Shout out to also G's Soul Food Kitchen, I think it's called.
G's Country Kitchen.
G's Country Kitchen. Okay. I ate there earlier today, and I'm just gonna say if I lived here, I would have a big back. Okay. That's all I got.
Have you been to Betty Mae's?
No. See, this is why I'm having a big back because y'all keep trying to feed me.
Hey, G's Country Kitchen is good, but Betty Mae's is my spot. It is the spot. So when you come back, go tomorrow. Go to Betty Mae's tomorrow and then let me know what you think. Anyway, I ain't gonna hold you too long. I know you gotta go. She is busy. She's been all around the city today.
Make sure you guys follow me on Instagram at Torica's World, ToricasWorld. Website, toricasworld.com. A Whole Mood, coming to a streaming platform near you. You can currently download my existing music on all the streaming platforms, Amazon, Tidal, Pandora, Apple, Spotify. Wherever you get your music online, you can get my music online.
So once again, y'all come out Platinum Weekend this weekend. Peace and love.
Thanks for having me. This was a great conversation.